So I just arrived up in Roscoe and the machine just showed up. A big link belt, 80,000 pounds on a low boy, and they're about to drop it off right now. Unfortunately, we had rain last night and this morning, but we'll be back here tomorrow to start. We already got plenty of boulders there up there behind me. But let's go check out this machine and the Hillside for our new blank canvas here in Roscoe.
1, 2, 3.
So we got this awesome link belt here from Marshall Machinery out of Middletown, New York, and this thing is sure huge. Unfortunately, we have to unload it on the roadside here with that sharp bend. I think when someone sees that in the roadway, they sure will slow down. Here is the site of our project. The homeowners want to make this look as beautiful as the backyard. So here's those rock piles that I was talking about. We have one load right there, another load in front of me here. Looks like those are some stragglers, and then another load right here. That's 3 loads. We got 2 more coming up here. But first, we got to get started and make some room. Bring some either 3/4 inch gravel or some item 4 or maybe a mixture of both so we can stiffen up this area right here and down below. Due to all the rain that's been happening this season, the area is kind of soft and we don't want to keep on wrecking it or also carrying a lot of mud down into the roadway. Also, our second machine has arrived. That is a beautiful SLV 97. Nice big track loader here from Marshall Machinery. We should be able to move a lot of rock pretty quickly. So we're aligning the side of the road with plywood here. We do not want to damage the side of the roadway as the machine tracks run along the shoulder. We won't be moving back and forth that much due to the fact of the machine's long reach. I got the machine in place along the roadside. This is the site of setting boulders. Raphael's up there pruning down some of the larger bushes with a chainsaw. Once we get this all clear, tomorrow we'll be able to start placing some large rocks. What a difference this is gonna look like. So we're back at day 2 here up in Roscoe. Yesterday we got that whole hillside cleared like we talked about. And this morning we're gonna start running the large boulders with the SLV 97 down the roadway. We have to be very cautious of the cars and take our time, but we planned on that when we bid it out the job. Sometimes people say, oh man, that looks really simple and easy, but there's a lot of other logistics that are involved, and this is one of them. Our plan will be to start on this side over here. Then we'll put rocks as we go along where need be, giving it a very natural look. We're not looking to build a retaining wall here. We're just looking to retain areas where we can either put some perennials, some gravel washouts, some trees. Trees weren't in the original contract, but after looking at this blank slate, I think there's some things really needed. Right here would be a great place for a weeping catsura. They have one over there on the property. And then over in this area here, we're gonna be adding some Norway spruces, a large weeping white pine. With all the other perennials in the mulch, this place is gonna look like a totally different home from the roadside. So it's almost lunchtime on day 2. You can see the rocks going in the hillside and it's coming out really nice. Different plateaus that we can plant on. We'll be filling in some of those areas with fresh topsoil. Just by the size of those rocks, you can tell where Felipe is standing that that's a mighty steep hill. We have our work cut out for us, but if we do about 30 feet a day, we should meet our goal by the end of the week. Second load of materials here on day 3, and that is a truckload of topsoil. We have another one coming tomorrow with another load of rock. We should get a lot done today. I'm out here early setting up the cones, warming up the machines, and I'll be honest, I am not prepared for this weather. It is almost down into the 30s. It was 40 degrees on my thermometer in the truck this morning. I was not expecting that. I should have a wool hat, maybe some gloves, because it is a wet cold right now. It is very humid. You can see all the moisture in the air behind me. So once the sun comes out, it's gonna warm up into the 70s and it's gonna be another beautiful day here in Roscoe. One thing we love to do at Garden State Koi is cook at lunch. I'm sure you saw in a lot of other videos. And now we even got the homeowners involved.
Barbecue and Boulders, here we go.
Nancy and Roger, thanks guys.
Hello, F1.
Boom.
Hey,
What do we got going here?
we got some corn on the cob.
Some garlic boats here.
Nancy's favorite garlic boats.
In there we got some shrimp. You'll have to stay tuned for that. The all-time favorite cecina here. Salted beef, some corn on the cob.
Don't say anything yet. Somebody owes somebody an apology.
So we had a big conversation, a battle at dinner the other night. It was a butcher back in the day. We argued that cecina was not salted and cured dry. But it is, right, Raj?
Yes, it is.
We got that on video.
Well, to my defense, when I went into the Mexican restaurant, I said to the kid, "You have sashimi?" He's like, "Yeah." He pulled out a nice tray. It all looked like fresh beef. So Tim's like, "No, it's salted, Raj." So that's when we had a little debate. But he was right.
And I told him, he said the last time he was wrong was in 1994. 29 years later, he's wrong again.
It happens. Hey, every 30 years, that's good.
That's not WD-40. Looks like it's Taco Friday. So it is Saturday morning here at Garden State Koi, and I am loading up some plants in our box truck for Monday, and then I'm going to be heading out to Orange Nursery, as well as EP Jansen's nursery, to load up some other plants that we would love to have on this project, including that very, very large weeping Alaskan cedar. We will have tons and tons of perennials, grasses, and evergreens along the side of this hillside. Now, the box truck is loaded with colors from pinks to whites to yellows. We even have some grasses in the back. This is gonna transform the front yard into a beautiful bouquet of flowers. Next spring, when everything comes back, it's gonna look awesome. This is my buddy Joe here from Orange Nursery. What's up, Joe?
What's up, guys?
It seems like I'm always here on a rainy day. At least you don't need to water. So we just picked out a couple of Norway spruces. One's a little taller than the other two, but I want that for the height difference on the hill. Also, the taller one's gonna give a little more privacy from the roadside with the house. We're all done. The guys will come back here next week and pick up the couple of trees that we just got here at Orange Nursery. So we're back up in Roscoe. The guys are unloading some trees. We're gonna have to take it easy today. We already missed 2 days this week, Monday and Tuesday, due to the nor'easter we just got hit with in the tri-state area. The ground up here is still very muddy, and we gotta run along the roadside, and we don't wanna cause any kind of hazards. So unfortunately today, we're gonna kind of have to stay off the road. On Monday, during that pouring rain, we brought up all the plants. And we did get some topsoil in a lot of areas, so we can actually start planting stuff, whether it's perennials or those larger trees behind me. For me to get the larger trees to where they need to be, we might have to actually load them in one of the dump trucks. So I don't want the tracks of that Kubota skid steer covered in mud on the roadway today. Our mason dump will have less of an impact, and hopefully we can keep the right-of-way clear. That is a beautiful weeping Norway spruce right there. Look how tall that is. Really some instant impact to the front of the house. These evergreens and a whole bunch of other color from the perennials are gonna really shine as people drive by, wondering what's in that backyard. So to get the larger trees on the hillside, we actually need to use the machine and a strap, strapping it from the basket and then setting them in place. We got one here, one there, another one going there. Then we have a cool weeping Norway spruce going down that way. Hopefully today we get in some of the larger specimens, including the larger hydrangeas. People wonder why trees like this cost so much to put in the ground. And that is because the pure size of that thing, and how do you get it into the hole, position it in the right position, and then bury it with soil. Normally we'd just be bringing it over there on the forklift, but like I said earlier, we have a lot of mud up here, and we don't want to make a mess in that roadside. So Raphael will take the truck around and meet me over there by the excavator. Couple more yards of topsoil, actually 40 more yards of topsoil, and we'll have a beautiful looking hillside. The crazy part of this job is sometimes you have to shut the road down to dump rock. Thank gosh it's not too busy and people have been patient. It's only for a minute or two, whether we're dumping rock or backing in a trailer like Raphael is in the distance. We're starting off day 6 here with smaller rock and grading the area, getting ready for the final plants. Alicio and Raphael are over on the other side unloading mulch and getting that ready. We picked up a whole bunch of pallets of bagged mulch at Lowe's this morning to make it easier. And what we'll do, you'll see later on in the video, is fill some super sacks with the bagged mulch. That way I can lift the sacks up the hill, keeping the guys from going up and down, up and down. Never tried it before, but I think it's gonna work very well. Stay tuned. So we're moving along nicely on day 6. The rain has set us back a little bit. Check out that trench down below. We have to clean that, and the homeowner wants to add cobblestone to finish it off and match the driveway. Most of the plantings are in, a whole bunch of perennials, and a couple added trees and shrubs. Really is pulling this design together. We're back at it, and today is only day 7, but week 3. Unfortunately, the weather has gotten the best of us. And Ralphie in that machine over there, he wasn't able to run that machine last week at all on the roadway. We didn't want to make a big mess, So he actually had to take all that material, put it into a dump truck, drive it down across the road to the other side. That took up a lot of time. We were only here for 2 days last week due to all the rain. We had a nor'easter the weekend before, and then we just had some more rain on Friday this week. Finally, it's drying out, and I think we can run the skid steer along the road without making too much of a mess. You gotta remember, we have motorcyclists, bicyclists, pedestrians, and cars that we all have to worry about. We can't have a muddy mess out there, and that is quite time consuming. The good thing is we have some large boulders left for the other side of the driveway. We'll have to bring in some 2 to 3 footers, but as far as large boulders, I think we have enough. So this is what I'm talking about. Even though it started drying up, we still have some dirt on the road. We'll be able to blow this off clean at the end of the day, but if we did this last week, this would have been just covered with mud. With all the rain and the 4 missed days, it feels like we've been up here for a while, and we have. It's been over 3 weeks. And in that 3 weeks time, we only got up here 8 days. And we're starting on the other side of the driveway, placing boulders. And by the end of today, we hope to have all the plants in place, all the mulching done. So tomorrow when we come back up here, we can take care of the culvert along the roadway. We've been having machines running back and forth, and they sure do make a mess when you get a couple inches of rain in a short period of time. Right up in there, we can't place too many rocks due to all the tree roots. I do not want to harm them, and those are some healthy trees they got there. We will be doing some forestry plantings like these Japanese forest grass, as well as some ostrich ferns. And then when we get over to this side of the driveway here, and that's what I was talking about, the other side of the driveway, we got to place some more boulders. A lot of boulders are placed over there already, and what we're trying to do, like we mentioned earlier in the video, is match the rest of the property as you get behind these gates. This is going to really tie in this front hill into the existing landscape that we completed last year. The Weepa Katsura, one of my favorite trees right there. Over time, that's going to grow huge, blocking that sauna from the roadside. Those green giant arborvitaes are already filling in nicely, and then this, like I said, is just going to tie that right in. So we're just finishing up, and it's time to walk the big machine down the roadway to our loading and unloading area, thanks to Mr. JB, the next door neighbor. Without him, it wouldn't be possible to even do this project, because we wouldn't have the land or the material. So nothing like starting off the final day, coming to the store up in Warwick, New York, and finding a flat tire. Having replaced a flat tire at 6:30 in the morning is always fun. Thank gosh we have a spare on the trailer. We're able to flip-flop that out of here and get on our way back up to Roscoe. Utilizing the excavator this morning, it works very well as a jack. Instead of having to jack up the trailer with a regular hydraulic jack, by hooking up to a lifting point, we're able to raise the trailer off the ground. So one of the final things on the project up here in Roscoe, New York, was taking care of the shoulder of the road. We didn't want the county or the town to be mad at us. This is very important. So not only did we fix the shoulder side, we're also putting down a straw mat to keep erosion before the grass seed starts forming. While Felipe and Alicio have been doing this, Rafael's on the other side where we've been dumping the material, and he's raking that area out and putting down some grass seed as well over there. The final touches like this is what really makes the project complete. And man, does it look awesome. They love us so much up here in Roscoe. We've been actually talking about adding cobble down on the roadway where you see all this straw behind me, as well as coming back in the spring and adding another fountain on the back side of the house. That I think is project number 6 here, and it's gonna be an awesome addition for when they're in their office, so they have the tranquil sounds of water. Don't forget, if you like what you saw on this video today, hit that like button, press that subscribe button, and ring the bell. It means a lot to me and my team here at Garden State Koi. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another video.